got arrested for dressing as the Joker.
I heard about this. I had
saw
this
that.
sent to me earlier. Yeah.
He'd give Tommy NC nightmares.
Yeah, this
This
guy is
gentleman.
the real fucking deal, dude. And he got arrested for carrying a sword, dressed as the Joker. But listen to this: 23-year-old Jeremy Putman is charged with wearing a mask in public. That's a felony.
Well, this is the guy
Really?
out in
Because
Virginia.
all those Antifa protesters sure as fuck aren't getting arrested for having their face covered.
Yeah, so a felony that can result in a sentence of a year jail time. He's held on
Yeah,
$2,000 secured bond, and he's being charged with wearing a mask in public.
Yeah, they said although it may seem surprising that wearing a mask in public is a felony, police said it wants to remind the community of the seriousness of the crime. And it's part of Virginia Code 18.2-422. It shall be unlawful for any person over 16 years of age with the intent to conceal his identity, wear any mask, hood, or other device whereby a substantial portion of the face is hidden or covered. Conceal the identity of the wearer, to be or appear in any public place
Wait
or
a
upon
second.
private property.
What if this guy just wants to... What if he identifies as a fucking clown? Wait a minute. Because Caitlyn Jenner and everybody else... So wait a minute. What if I identify as the Joker? What if I identify as a clown? What if my fucking... I like dressing up. That's my thing. I can't do that? Are you fucking... You're telling me that you have to call me a girl if I'm a man-girl thing? And but if I fucking wear a mask because that's what I like, that's a
A
problem?
man-girl thing. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, and he wasn't even harassing or threatening anyone. Police in Winchester County said that they received several calls,
What
in
the
quotes,
fuck?
around 2 p.m. on Friday of suspicious male wearing a black cape and carrying a sword
Look,
walking around the
this
city.
isn't fucking Japan with samurais. You just can't really just walk around with the fucking sword. You can with an AR-15, which is for another topic.
Yeah,
I
know.
support it.
You can
but
walk around with an
that being
AR-15, but you
said,
can't walk around with a sword.
The,
you know,
the
so-
sword is the big issue.
All
Personally,
right.
I think, why not? But, I mean, if you look at this guy and the way that he was painted up, yeah, I would probably have shot him on sight, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I
I
mean, like
don't
you
know,
said,
that's
he
not
would
right,
give
though.
Tommy a run for his money.
What if he
No,
just
no,
likes
he'd
it?
scare the shit out of Tommy. This is a true psychopath.
You guys want to play a game? I brought my sword with me. I like to cut myself with my fucking sword.
Holy shit, that sounds good.
I mean, like, imagine this guy walking into Dunkin' Donuts. Like, hey, what the hell, sir? What is it, Halloween? Would you like a donut?
Just put the donuts on my sword.
You know, my mom used to give me donuts when I was a little boy.
No,
What?
I got these scars.
But one day, my mom wanted to make things a little more exciting, and she stuck razor blades in the donuts. I didn't know that, and I ate the donut. And then I started to feel the pain, and my mouth started to bleed. Why did my mother do this to me? Like get out of the fucking donut shop! Get this fucking guy out of here! How quick into that story would you be like, get this motherfucker out of here?
Yeah, cut his mic. Cut his mic.
Cut his head off. No, but he's with the sword. You're right. You know, I would have. All right, if he's got the sword in it, like one of those casings, like so it's on his back like a ninja. I think he might get away with that because it's like in the case, locked in the case. It's almost attributable to like, okay, because like you said, you can carry a gun around, right? That's fucked up. Technically, you can carry the gun around. Well, if you're walking around cocking the gun, like that's fucked up. Like, why is this guy cocking the gun and like fucking like and walking around? You're gonna get arrested. If you have the gun like on your side, hip, holstered, like. Technically, you should be fine. There shouldn't be any reason. You're not intimidating anyone, really. But if you were to walk around with, like, 5 guns, you know, like, all over you, or, like, that's sort of the... So I sort of see, like, a sharp knife, a sharp sword. You're walking around in public in, like, a shopping area. Like, I could see how the sharp sword is the equivalent to a guy walking around cocking an AK-47. Or even holding the AK-47 out, like, I guess, right? Like, if it's, like... I don't know, dude. Who the fuck walks around with a fucking AK-47? Who walks around with a goddamn sword dressed as the
You see
Joker?
that in Texas, but again, if you're just like, you've got it on you and you're not using it and, you're just exercising your right, well, then there's no big issue. But with the sword, though, there are those suspicions. It's like, It's not Japan. Why do you have a sword?
I'm not wearing underwear.
Maybe he really likes sushi, and
Batman.
he's gonna go fishing.
Technically,
This guy looks
I'm
crazy.
of the belief that you should be able to have a sword if you want. I mean,
well, yeah. There's been a bunch of sword murders recently, though. There's been, like, what, 2
and
attacks?
that's why,
If someone wants to kill, guns aren't the only way.
The sword
obviously,
doesn't
we
kill
know.
people.
They're going to find a way to hurt someone.
you can use a shovel to kill somebody. I mean, like,
Exactly.
Use your fist.
If there's they'll use a lawnmower. If they have a leaf blower, they can shove it up your ass and be.
we're
creepy,
going to have a
you know?
tax on swords.
How about the knockout game? What do you do there? People died from that. You're not punched in the head and you fall on the curb. It's just as bad.
Execute them.
Yeah, anybody doing the knockout game really should be fucking knocked. Like, really, honestly.
Dude, we're getting, like I said this the other day, we're getting to the point where we will see a fucking Running Man TV show. It's only a matter of time.
That would be great. As long as it, like we said, as long as it's done where it's like, we're not, anybody who could possibly be innocent, like, we're not hurting them, Put them in jail.
I mean, sadly, I have to agree with you. Is if these people can be proven to be guilty of those crimes, of those excessive crimes where they need to be executed, and perhaps the government could make some money from a pay-per-view event. Well, unfortunately, that's a win-win situation for everyone. So, as bad as that sounds, well, ándale.
Yes, string them up.
Well, speaking of pay-per-view event, did you hear about a real-life Hunger Games?
We're better than that. Though.
Coming to
why.
Russia.
In Russia.
Gentlemen.
In
The
Russia.
guy.
What?
He wanted to go ahead and start a real-life Hunger Games. A group of people from around the globe has agreed to take part in a real-life Hunger Games, competing in a controversial new game show in Russia, where fighting, rape, and even murder would be legal. And it wouldn't be legal; it'd be allowed.
Isn't it already?
The deadly contest, dubbed Game 2: Winter, will be held on a remote Siberian island in the Obi River and broadcast worldwide on the internet in July, according to Siberian Times. There'll be 30 participants who include ex-military.
Oh, Jesus.
All sorts of a man from South Korea, a student from Sweden, a self-described professional blonde from the Russian Arctic. They've all signed a release of liability for injury as well as death waivers, in addition to agreeing to not hold the organizers accountable if they were to commit a crime during the filming. So it's not legal. Like, if they commit a crime, they can still be held accountable for their actions, but not until the show's over. Everything's allowed, though. Fighting, alcohol, murder, rape, smoking, anything the rules said. So...
But then they could still get in trouble when the show's over? That's not worth it.
The producers wouldn't intervene if something sinister were to happen while the cameras were rolling. We won't, he said. I'm pretty sure there will be fights and more. We are not scared of negative reaction if that happens. This is the raw Siberian, anything can happen, and we may not be on time to solve an emergency.
Oh, my God.
And I guess...
Well, send this fucking clown over there. Send this fucking clown. Hey, guys.
There'll be a ground team on duty and one of 2 helicopters for emergency situations. Having said that, bears can run as fast as 60 kilometers, 37 miles per hour, and our 2,000 cameras on the island would not be able to cover every centimeter of the forest.
Want to see my sword?
So, it's going to be like a Hunger Games, basically, until the last person alive wins, and there's going to be a prize pool. So
wow.
No one has ever done it as a real thing where people will actually have to use every skill they ever gained, social, physical, psychological, to survive. There is nothing like this show in the whole world.
Maybe Bane could join. I am used to the cold of Siberia. I will mutilate the bodies before I fuck them.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. This is getting really weird.
Giving back to you, the people. I love the fact that
dress them all up
Trump
like Batman
said that
characters.
during his inauguration.
Yeah,
like his writers were channeling Bane.
Yeah,
clearly.
Yeah, it was great. I remember that. Oh
if we give it to you, the people.
The people. I love it.
Just put the fucking put all the characters from Batman in this Siberia thing, and I'll watch that. All right, fucking Batman.
Ryan, I'm coming for you.
The only rule is they have to be always stay in character, and if any one of them sort of comes out of the character, they get murdered. Like that. That would be the great. Like they all have to be like.
Now to sort of think about it, Trump is sort of like Bane.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That's kind of scary.
well, that's what.
Whoa, dude, what's going on? I don't understand.
You trying out for the new Bill and Ted movie?
I'm tripping out, dude.
Are you gonna be in the new Bill and Ted? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, Bill and Ted's 3, dude.
Rufus.
Time for retirement.
He killed Rufus.
It
Like-
just makes me sad when I think about Bill and Ted. It just reminds me that George Carlin's no longer
That's
with
what I mean.
us.
They got to do. They have to like. It has to be the like. George Carlin would want to be in the movie. I think they should grab.
They could make him into a holographic
Hologram.
projection.
Yes.
Which fucks up.
Yeah.
And like,
Glitches
oh, dude,
out.
They've got to
it
save
would be
Rufus.
great.
Rufus. Well,
actually, it should
from
be
hell.
dark.
They got to save him from hell.
Rufus
We
died
need
like
rated
20
R.
years ago.
Here's
man.
your story.
Well, you could because we have so much footage of George Carlin. If you could get in touch with the Carlin estate, you could cut it
Dude.
into like him talking.
If they could make Forrest Gump fucking talk to like 3 dead presidents, then I think that they can fucking make George Carlin like Rufus,
Yeah,
of the 21st century,
that'd
and
be awesome.
they could make it in our movie if they wanted to, because really the audience has grown up with it. So those that watched it as a kid want to sort of see a more adult version, I think.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I think we've kind of gone a little far from wrestling to Bill and Ted's.
Well, I'm gonna cut this and put this part on Shame on News. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave the whole thing on State of the WWE. Fuck it, people like to listen. to this.
People will enjoy it. They'll
Wait.
like it. And if they don't,
The
I got
hell
2
are
words
these
for you.
fuckers talking about?
But this is what we talk about over on Shame on News sometimes. So that's what happens, and in general. But this fucking clown guy creeped me out, and I just can't believe he got arrested for a felony because he had a mask because he painted his face. It wasn't even a mask.
Well, especially to be
No, you
to
look at his
regard it as a
picture.
felony.
the sword
it's
thing
like-
is weird, but
yeah.
if he didn't have
but to
the
make
all right, if
it
he
a
didn't
felony,
if he didn't have the sword, I would really be mad about this. But the fact that he has the
sword is
sword,
the only thing that adds to.
like what you
The
it's I
charge.
mean you're almost are you intimidating people, like what's going on here? Or you're either going to do something or you're intimidating people or you're filming something, you know what I mean? If you had like a camera crew and they were like shooting something for YouTube, absolutely this guy should not be arrested. Like they should be able to figure that out. But if this guy's just walking around like, oh yeah,
I don't know how I got these scars.
you
yeah,
know
fucking
where I got
staring
this
at you.
sword? I got this sword from my fucking dad. Like, yeah, that's creepy.